Hello and welcome to the 5th Coronasode episode of Stinker Madness. I'm your host, Justin. With me are always Sam and Jackie.
I don't think that you sounded very enthusiastic right there.
What?
I think you could have done better.
I think I can do better right now.
Okay, please do.
This week, coming to you live from Tuckerson Studio 1 and Tuckeria Studio B. It's COVID number 5 alive on Stinker Madness.
That's
pretty good.
It's pretty good. You got any experience working at radio stations before, Sam? Like those guys that are like, or no, not even a radio. I don't like the radio station thing. The stripper guy. You're the stripper guy, like, give it up for the very sexy Bambi.
That's right, her name's Destiny, and she's your destiny to have an empty wallet.
Yeah, that's the voice of Sando, Sam. Jackie is here as well. Jackie, how's your sobriety?
Well, I just started.
Okay, that's good.
So, it's not where I'd like it to be.
Okay, well, you're running at 50% drunk on the COVID episode, so we'll see how you do today. We'll see which direction, who takes the lead, drunk Jackie or somewhat sober Jackie, because there's no sober Jackie ever, right?
Not on these 0.5 episodes. I got to keep it fresh.
All right, what are you drinking tonight?
I got rum and Diet Coke.
Rum and Diet.
And I've got a big one.
Ooh, okay, all right. What's the level of rum inside of it?
50% or more.
Oh boy. And what kind of rum?
It's like some naked sailor chick on a bottle.
Sailor Jerry.
Well, no.
No, it's like the Black Heart Oak mistress of number 2.
Sailor Destiny.
Right.
Your destiny is the double dragon.
Give it up. Sam, what are you drinking?
Greyhounds.
Ooh, okay. That's two episodes of Greyhounds for you. We did have a Greyhound question on Jeopardy that we were watching, because we're weirdly watching reruns of Jeopardy, because they're only if you skip some of the stuff, it's like 15 minutes, so you can eat a burrito and be like, yeah, I can go do something else rather than watching TV all night. But there was a Greyhound question, and neither Jackie and I answered it out loud. We just looked at each other slyly like, knowingly. The knowing look to each other.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so thanks for that. We could have won $200. I am drinking a Miller Lite, the remnants of a Miller Lite, and then I'm switching to some plum brandy that I found in the cabinet.
Is it a fine girl?
Oh, no, she's not. She's cheap. Brandy is really cheap. Sam, when was the last time you bought a bottle of brandy?
I've never bought a bottle of brandy.
Really? For a fifth?
I've just drank yours or Nordberg's.
Yeah, for a fifth, it's about $12 for medium shelf, not high shelf. Like, it's like $50 to get good stuff, but for middle of the road, it's about $12, which is really cheap. So I like it. It's good.
It's like creamy wine.
Yeah.
Let me try it.
Brandy? Okay, give it a go. Put a little ice on it, drink it on the rocks. It's fine sipping drinkins.
Oh my God! Ugh.
Okay. All right.
That's gross.
She
It
thinks-
tastes like a butterscotch candy that was in somebody's butt crack.
Oh,
Wow.
My favorite. All right, let's get into this. I've got an AMA on Reddit. If anybody's not familiar with an AMA, it stands for Ask Me Anything, where a smart or talented or charming or handsome or sexy or skilled or somebody with an interesting background will get on Reddit and say, hey, you internet peoples, ask me anything.
Why aren't we on there?
Because we do a podcast where we say, seriously, guys, send us emails, talk at Stinker Madness, ask us anything, and we get like 1 or 2 a week.
Hey, and I'm grateful for those 1 or 2.
I am too, and we'll get to that a little bit later. This AMA is entitled, Hi, Reddit. My name is Jeff Lowe. I'm the CEO and founder of Greater Winewood Exotic Animal Park and was recently featured on Netflix's Tiger King.
This guy just can't, he's going to write it out.
Are you serious?
I mean, what the fuck was he thinking? You guys want to hear?
Did you ask him anything?
No, dude. I came actually to this a little late, but you want to hear some questions?
Yeah.
Okay. This is the first one. As a senior citizen, why do you dress yourself like an anthropomorphized can of Monster Energy? He didn't answer that one. Second question. Hi, Jeff. I actually have a question for your wife, Lauren. Why do you put up with this disgusting fucking asshole and let him belittle you and treat you like trash? What derailed your self-esteem so much that you would continue to be around this 13-year-old dumb fuck trapped in a geriatric patient whose primary concern is whether or not his peacock feathers are bright enough? You deserve better than to waste your life with an evil con man. Call Carol Baskin. She might have some ideas that could help you out. Damn.
Yeah. When you have to call Carol fucking Baskin.
She knows how to work the system, make people disappear.
He didn't answer that one. Next question. Hey, Jeff, big fan. No, you're not. I'm just curious that in a show featuring a woman who fed her husband to tigers, a sociopathic abuser who tried to have her killed, a walking ponytail with a tiger sex harem, and a murderous drug kingpin, how do you manage to come off as the biggest asshole? All right. He didn't answer any of those. So eventually somebody did say, did you expect this to be anything other than a roast? He didn't answer that one either. Like, God damn it. You fucking suck, dude. So
Did anybody
hard.
ask the real one on all of our tongues? Why aren't you in jail?
Right. Exactly. No
For
shit.
any of the many things that you could be in jail for.
Yeah. No kidding. I mean, he's okay. That's Jeff Lowe for everybody. I've got some follow up from last COVID episode, Sam, from your last take on regarding soap. Anybody?
Oh?
Yeah. Remember soap?
Soponification?
Yeah, soponification. There's currently a podcast that I listen to. It's one of the big networks, so I guess I can plug it anyways. It's not that great of a podcast, but every now and then they have some pretty interesting stuff. It's called Stuff to Blow Your Mind. Everybody probably knows about it. But they're doing currently an episode on soap. Now, the problem is that I only listen to interesting podcasts right before I go to sleep. So I get about 10 minutes of a podcast every time that I conk out. So I barely scratch the surface on anything. And this is a 2-hour podcast. So I might come back with some more soap facts the more I go to bed at night. But last night, I was listening to it about it. And they talked about the history of soap and what essentially cave people did before soap. And it's not even just cave people. Like hunter-gatherers didn't invent soap yet. Anybody want to guess what we did before soap?
Poop.
Poop. You rub poop on your body to get poop off. Okay. All right. Good guess. Sam?
Die of dysentery.
I think you do that even if you have the soap, right? I mean, you go swim in a dirty ass lake for long enough. It just doesn't matter. But no, they used flint to scrape their skin, including their fiddly bits.
Pumice stones as well.
So they were pretty smooth then.
I don't think so. Flint. Sam says pumice stone. That's not scraping. That's sanding. That's a gentle sand to exfoliate. They would take a blade of flint and scrape their skin.
Yeah, you do that with a cactus brush these days.
Oh, she brought up the cactus
God
brush.
damn cactus brushes.
Fucking. Sir, I believe the best way for you to exfoliate your skin would be a flint blade, said the Bon Marché lady, and some asshole bought it. Not a cactus brush, a flint blade. Not even a razor, because they didn't have sharpening skills back then. It's just a piece of rock that you're like, get this fucking shit off me.
No,
Blood's coming out, and you're like getting infections because you're like, I'm clean.
Or just a tabletop sandblaster and a steady hand.
Yeah, they had those. So expect more updates on soap in the future. Which leads me to your turn, Sam. What's your Sando takes on this week?
This week, Sando takes on fucking teenagers.
Oh, okay.
They're gonna kick your ass, dude.
That's fine. You know what? I'd like them to stay 6 feet a fucking away from me when I'm waiting in line at the gas station.
No shit, huh?
That's the thing. These little fuckers just don't get it. They don't give two fucking shits. They're up in your mix. There is no COVID-19 if you're 13 years old. You're like, whatever, I'm 13. I'm going to live forever.
And did you know that a majority of the people who have contracted with the COVID-19
sign here, please,
are under 18?
You're sick as shit.
It's the under 18-year-olds that are like, it's not going to happen to me. You know what? That's what they said about herpes, too. And people still got that shit.
1 in 4, motherfucker.
Yeah. Plus, they can also carry it so easily and not even hardly get sick, the little fuckers.
Yeah. They're like, I've got a cough.
All right. So what's the scenario here, Sam? Did you have an experience that you want to share? Or?
Yeah, I went to the gas station to pick up some cocktails, and there was a bunch of fucking teenagers in there, and they just were bumping into each other and other people and like going up to the counter and being like, oh, wait, no, I'm not ready yet.
Which makes you want to kill them even when we don't have a pandemic.
Oh, yeah, I would want to kill them anyway, but it's like, just fucking be still.
Maybe you should
for 10 goddamn minutes.
Did you guys see the guy that has taken and actually this happened here at our local Home Depot? He took a halo, put it on his head, some sort of ring, I don't know, but a halo, and then super hot glue gun or whatever, super glued those pool foam thingies on his head, so that no matter where he was, he had a 6-foot halo around his body. Just and you know he was a guy, and you know he's an older guy in one of those electric wheelchair things. So he just cruised around and like if fucking get whacked by those things. Just get out of the goddamn way. The man is a genius.
Also, the ends of his wands were, because he runs into everything with those things, covered in COVID-19.
Okay, maybe that's something that nobody thought about, but yeah, okay. All right. Well, then he just goes into a car wash afterwards, Sam. Just gets it all hosed down. You know?
Or doesn't care because he's on the right end of the stick.
Right. Yeah, when to regale you a tale of when we were in Hawaii, we stayed right on the coastline in Hilo on the Big Island. There's a place called the Hilo Seaside, if anybody knows about it. It's a great place. But right behind it is like the drive-in of all of basically the Big Island that I could figure. Just solid, greasy, awesome, really cheap food. And their menu is massive. And like, I mean, it's not just drive-through food that you normally get, like burgers and french fries and shit like that, but they had like authentic Hawaiian food there as well. Lots of teriyaki.
They have baked spaghetti.
Baked spaghetti? Who sells baked spaghetti? It was fucking wonderful. And so anyways, we'd eat there a lot. But then the COVID happened. And so we're really starting to like get trapped inside, and we're not going out to restaurants and things of that nature. But, you know, we got the drive-in. Let's just go there. So we'd walk behind there. And anybody that knows anything about drive-throughs, whichever you want to call them, they're a hot spot for teenagers.
Yeah,
that's where those greasy little buggers hang out at. And I went there one night, and this group of 4 teenagers were just sliming all over each other the entire time. And teenagers are the grossest when it comes to like their significant other, like the most PDA you could possibly write. Essentially, you couldn't even write that much PDA in a movie. And the whole time I'm thinking, good God, how bad would it suck to be the parent of a teenager right now?
Oh, God.
It would be
Not
awful.
to mention, they dress like homeless gigolos and whores.
Okay. Well, that I don't really care about that.
I do.
You like that part? That pisses me the fuck off.
Well,
Pull
yeah,
up
but
your goddamn pants.
Well, yeah, they're going to do that no matter what, whether there's a pandemic or not. My point is, you're their parent, and you're trying to keep them home, and the entire time they're like, but I gotta see my boyfriend Jimmy. We need to go. He loves me, and I miss him. And you're like, I will punch you. Jimmy sucks so hard. I don't even give a fuck how bad he sucks, but you're not going anywhere. And then they sneak out, and then they make out with some random kid in the back of a fucking pickup truck that's next to the dump, because that's the only place nobody's going to go to look for making out teenagers right now. And you're sitting at home going, I hate teenagers.
You're just sitting there with a gas mask on and some rubber gloves and 2 cans of Lysol disinfectant.
Right.
You're like, as soon as that little fucker comes in the door.
Yeah, like the zombie thing that you have to go through that sprays you so you're not infected anymore when you go out into the zone.
They've really taken the best makeout spot away from teenagers by putting cheap lids on dumpsters.
That's
Because they'll
true.
fall through.
It's a safety hazard at this point.
Which I guess is a segue to Sam. Or are we going to see Skate Town US or not? No, that's Roller Boogie is a future episode.
Not yet. I think at some point we'll all have to bite the bullet and do Skate Town USA and Roller Boogie as like a tandem event.
Yeah, because we already did Xanadu, so we can't complete the trifecta anymore. Sam, what else about teenagers? You got anything else here?
Other than they pissed me off, no.
Okay, all right.
Why
But
do
they
they
pissed me
stink?
off real bad today.
Yeah, and do you ever notice that they stink?
Do you? Hey guys, you ever notice the teenagers stink? I mean, what's up with that? What the fuck?
Hey, Jackie, you need to observe social distance from teenagers.
Yeah, no shit.
Ugh. Can't help them when they're breathing down your neck in line at the gas station.
Or when you just like hustle up to them, pull up their pants and be like, you need to take a shower.
I only said that to that one kid.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like for reals.
Yeah.
Okay.
I walked up to some kid. I'm like, you look, I was kind of drunk. This was before I knew you guys.
What?
And I was like, you know what? And they're like, what? And I'm like, 1, your pants don't fit. And I can totally see your underwears. And they're not even nice. And 2, you're a fucktard. And you stink. Now get out of my way. I need some Miller Lite.
Some Miller Lite. Yeah.
I was there
Move.
buying beer at like 2 o'clock in the morning.
Move, you classless son of a bitch. You're in the way of the natural light.
You're blocking the Keystone, whiphead.
All right. I've got some motorhome update if anybody cares. We're almost done with the motorhome, fortunately, but I got something in the mail today. It's a solar panel, and it was cheap. It's $35. It's a trickle charge. What's that?
I said, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they sell them. You probably get them cheaper on the internet, but they're like $50 at Harbor Freight.
It was $35 on Amazon for a Coleman 40-watt jobber. It's a trickle charger. You connect it to your battery, and you can or it can go in through the cigarette lighter. So you essentially, if you can probably never break down, really, if your battery goes dead. If you run it out, hey, you wait some time, I don't know how long, and you can get back on the road.
Unless you're in the shaded woody area and there's no sunlight.
No, it says it'll even work with clouds. So
one of those new Martian solar panels.
yeah, exactly. So we'll see how it goes, but it's charging up right now. But what I'm wondering, to anybody who knows shit about fuck, because we do not. Why can't, at $35 for something that trickle charges an entire 12-volt battery, why can't I just buy like 10 of them and just line the entire roof with the goddamn things and never run out of fucking power?
So my stepfather, Jim, put 3 on top of the roof of the Harbor Freight jobbers, and his office runs in his house, and his office runs independently. Like when he runs his ham radio, it runs independently from power on the house.
Wow.
Don't ham radios take up a lot of power?
Depending on how hard you run them, yes. He's got a little marine or a marine battery bank, and it's a pretty sweet little setup.
Yeah,
it's pretty cheap.
Like a bunch of transistors and capacitors and tubes and.
You need the photovoltaic panels, and the control unit is all of those things that you just said, and then a battery bank.
Huh.
The battery bank is the most expensive. The reason that solar power isn't widespread is because the battery technology isn't catching up.
Right.
However, saltwater batteries are starting to get there.
Right, but I've got 2 batteries in the motorhome already. I can't put more in, but I want to be able to I want to run that AC without running it off of the engine. I want to run the actual big AC without burning through the fucking, how many solar panels is it going to take to cool down the entire thing during a, 85-degree drive?
There is an answer to your question, and that answer is basic arithmetic.
Okay.
If you were to use basic arithmetic on the power consumption of your air conditioner, you'd know how many of those you'd need.
Yeah, but see, I would have to go look up things, and I just want to ask somebody and them be able to tell me directly, you're going to need 4.
They're gonna tell you the same thing that I told you. They're like, you're going to need some basic arithmetic.
Well, what if I just describe the air conditioner to you? It's
got some knobs.
Yeah, it's just like a normal motorhome air conditioner. What do you think about then?
Probably need to get a new air conditioner, a modern one. And then you'll need to do some basic arithmetic.
Okay. Yeah, but I thought $35 to trickle charge a battery, daisy chain them. You can. It says in the instructions that the wire can be 30 or 25 feet long without losing any power. So you can just, motorhomes have one big thing on top of them: a giant roof of hot, molten tin or sheet metal or whatever.
Yeah.
They do nothing up there. They just, let's live the dream. Get solar panels all over those goddamn things and then wire them to the wheels. I don't know how you do that. I guess you'd probably do it on the disc or something. Just put some clamps on the disc, and that would make the wheels spin. And then we've got we don't need gasoline anymore.
You just need 10 gerbils a wheel.
Okay, all right.
You've definitely just entered the realm of perpetual motion, sir.
Right. So let's kick the gerbils out of there because they're not doing a good job, and they could feed us later. And then just clamp, and put the black one on the tire because black goes to black, and then red goes to your vented Porsche calipers that I put on it. Yeah.
Sure. Also, it is known that gerbils are good for gears. He got it.
God, it took me a second. Fuck you, Sam.
If everybody forgot about that rumor, nice job, Richard Gere.
Lame. So that's where we're at on the motor. Oh, I should also mention that the crapper took a dump on us. The very first day it turned on the crapper and flushed it, it just sprayed water everywhere.
Nice.
Flooded the whole goddamn thing. I just put linoleum down, and I'm like, hey, what's this water dripping across my stair? A stream of water went across the brand new linoleum. I'm like, oh, fuck, the toilet, really? So, yeah. Sam, you want to guess how much a new RV toilet costs?
$300.
Incorrect. About $100.
Oh, really? That's not bad.
And it comes with a butthole sprayer.
Yeah, we opted in for the bidet, Sam.
in an RV, why
Yeah,
don't you just shit in your bed and then roll around in it?
Well, because here's the thing. The toilet paper in an RV has to be like specialized toilet paper. It's got to be super biodegradable so that the poo eats it in the septic tank rather than plugging up the septic tank, because otherwise you can't clean out your septic tank. And so we don't want to use very much toilet paper because A, it's expensive, and B, it's bad for the environment. So we're going to give it a go. It was like another $20.
The water pressure in the RV should be so low that you won't have the same problem that I had.
Yeah.
The enema.
I'm still more worried about the poop on my face than like, oh, it sprayed in my butt too far.
Yeah. I also listened to a podcast, another stuff podcast, because that's the only network that makes good podcasts other than
Stinker Madness.
Other than whatever network we were on about 5 years ago.
The Wicked Radio Network.
Oh, that's right. Yeah,
I still get emails from her. Are we not on them anymore?
Yeah, no, we still are.
Okay.
Devin, the organizer, is a really cool guy. He kind of slacked off on it. He was like, "You guys do whatever you want."
No, they should be plugging us. We got to be their strongest show.
Maybe, I don't know. I haven't looked on there in a while. Either way, what the fuck was I talking about? Josh and Chuck did an episode on bidets, on stuff you should know. And they did a good job. They gave, it was again about an hour and a half of bidet talk. And supposedly the wand is the not way to go. Like,
okay.
Yeah, it's the cheapest, but if you spring about another $50, you get the one that isn't a wand. It just clips onto your toilet, and it's just a little squirt. It's just a.
So if you go up to the like $150 and up range, maybe $200, it's a whole seat, and it has a controller on the side that you can change the direction of the spray, so your butt stays sealed down there, and then you just like adjust it minorly when you need to get it sprayed in a different direction, and that seems to be the way to go.
Yeah. Yeah, okay. They also talked about the Japanese, who, of course, are, if we know anything about them, are
They have little butts.
They have little butts.
They take huge shits, though.
Take huge shits? Racist?
No.
Okay.
A lot of rice.
Are we sure? Are we sure?
Yeah.
Either way.
I'm just making stuff up.
Okay.
Yeah.
Which is racist? Question mark? Either way, they're big bidet people, right? And
do you know that for sure? Or are you just making that up?
No, it's in the pop culture, you know,
because we're just making shit up.
Yeah. Well,
I didn't think they were, because they've got those squat toilets.
Well, they do those are actually bidets too, Sam.
Are they?
Yeah. So they have the squat toilet, and what that does is it's not just a bidet; it's a multi-functional butt center.
It's your butt control center.
It's your butt control center. It obviously does what our toilets does. It accepts poop and gets rid of the poop. But then option B is a bidet. Option C is a butt dryer. It blows hot air to your butt to dry it off and make it nice. And they also shoot baby powder, like a puff of baby powder. This is all with a LED control panel. Entire reader screen. You have to hire a man to with a degree to operate. He just stands in the bathroom and he offers you mint afterwards. But also the toilet, the entire toilet. The best part of it is that it talks to you.
So it's the smart butt.
It's the smart butt.
Yeah. Welcome to the smart butt. It's smart because your butt is stupid.
I think it asks you like how your day
think.
is, and like gives you affirmation and stuff like that. You're doing a good job.
Your butt isn't dirty. I haven't been on extra.
That was a really nice push, buddy. Way to go.
You need more fiber.
No, that makes you be like, hey, come on, you're supposed to say nice things to me.
The toilet's like, you drank a lot of wine last night. You're really watery today.
Stop it. I don't want to hear that. Say, be nice.
No, the smart butt's going to be like, I'm programmed to be nice, but you're in really poor health and you've got to make some changes.
Yeah, and I think those retail about $500. So if you want somebody to talk to your butt, go for it. I also learned to just basically go through their entire. I don't have a lot of notes this week, so we're going to talk about this episode. But would you guys care to take a guess and think the obvious? The answer's fairly obvious if you think well enough about it. But why bidets are not popular in the United States before the COVID?
Because nobody wants to spray their own ass.
No, lots of people want to spray their own ass. The bidet is very popular globally.
I have a good guess.
Okay, go for it.
I have an engineer friend who works specifically on opening and shutting down paper mills. And as far as I know, the U.S. has a shitload of paper mills.
We do. Yeah, we do. However, they talked about this as well. 90% of our toilet paper is Canadian. The paper actually comes from Canada, so that doesn't have anything to do with our butt.
No shit.
Yeah.
Yeah,
the Canadians are like, stop wiping your ass so goddamn much. We're running out of trees. It's actually, it's more obvious than that. If you think bidet, what country do you think of instantly? And it's not Japan, obviously.
France.
Okay.
Yeah, me too.
Okay. And if you think of America back in the day, what other country do you think of?
Quebec.
Country of Quebec. Okay. Good
They
guess.
want to be their own country, but
New
they're dumb
Orleans.
about that.
The country of New Orleans. Sam, how about you take a guess because Jackie doesn't know geography? If you were to associate one other country with the United States, what would it be?
England.
Okay, and how do the English feel about the French?
They hate them.
Not
That's
good.
right. So it all goes back to their when bidets became popular in France, the English were like, oh no. And then that translated down the road to the Americans. You might say, okay, well, that was a long time ago. But in World War II, we sent our boys out to a lot of places, specifically Germany, where bidets are popular, and the Asian coast, as it were, where bidets are popular, and also where ladies of the night are popular. And so supposedly, when our boys came back and were, not singing that "Don't go around the apple tree."
Yeah, don't sit under the apple tree.
Yeah, well, they were sitting under the apple tree with a goddamn prostitute, and their ladies back home were not sitting under the apple. Well, they were probably sitting under the apple tree with somebody. They would associate bidets with prostitutes. So they were like, well, I can't have a bidet in my house with my little lady because she's not a goddamn whore.
Exactly. And
I
also,
like to be a whore in marriage.
Well,
I do.
it's the only way.
I'm your whore.
Well, and the rest of town.
Fuck you.
It's how we pay rent.
You don't have to tell everybody, though.
Okay, all right.
Jesus.
You got to advertise.
Oh, my God. $5 for a hand job behind the taco. Oh, just kidding.
It's not worth it.
It's a lot of pulling and really uncomfortable. And then I stick my finger up your butt and say, okay, you're done.
You're like, yeah, you know what? I don't even want to pull on this. Just turn around. And then you put them in an arm bar and then give them the prostate push, and they're like completely violated.
Right.
They'll never come back behind tacos ever again.
Yeah, my business plan is not working out. But so far, we have paid the rent.
Which is above and beyond. We've got some listener feedback. First, we've got a follow-up from our last episode on The Wizard. Dire wolf fan. That dire fan implies that they're in dire straits, but what's a big fan? Like dire wolf, like it's a bigger wolf. You know what I mean? Dire fan.
Yeah,
Can
dire
we say
wolf.
dire fan.
No, I don't know.
Okay.
Dire wolfin.
Dire wolfin. Okay, I like that. Dire wolfin. There we go. Brad Harrelson.
Hi, Brad.
He says, does this mean that the Wizard shares continuity with over the top. Can Hawk Hauling truck exist independently of Lincoln Hawk?
Well, he had to sell it, right? Because he got that new one from arm wrestling.
Right.
So I think it can be in the continuity.
Yeah, and it seemed to me like, what was his name? Spanky from The Wizard. Wasn't exactly at the top of the trucking game. Like, he seemed kind of low on the totem pole.
Sure, but at the same time, he's a lot less of a dipshit than Lincoln Hawk.
Yeah, you can be a low on a totem pole and be not a dipshit, right?
Hello, gentlemen. He stole that truck.
Okay.
And he admitted it.
Why would you...
He borrowed the truck from some other dude.
Oh.
So he fucking stole that truck. So we don't know that the over-the-top guy didn't actually own this truck still.
Lincoln Hawk got rid of that piece
Lincoln
of shit.
Hawk had it in his backyard as a memento, and his kids were using it as a playground. Do you guys want to see where all the hooker action happened? Check out this back cab.
Mm-hmm.
That was a talk that they had when he was getting the Birds and the Bees talk.
Right.
Lincoln Hawk's backyard is a trailer hitch.
That's true.
Okay, well then my story is obsolete.
I do think that it exists in the same universe. I can't. There's nothing out there that implies that it can't. So I'm just gonna go ahead and say same universe.
And yeah, if there was a interlude between, it would be like, all that happened before was nonsense, but this is not so bad.
If the truck was telling its own life story.
He also says, I discovered the cheap way to access the Nintendo hotline. They also responded to questions via snail mail. Got me some significant help on Final Fantasy Legend 2 and Final Fantasy Legend on my Game Boy.
Did you have to send a self-addressed envelope? That's what I want to know.
Yeah.
With postage and everything so that they would answer you.
But that's 35 cents. Or what? No, back in the 80s, it was a quarter, wasn't it?
It's like 15 cents or something like that.
Yeah. That's dick. Postage.
No, I'm going to shout out now because it's like the Nintendo hotline, yeah, whatever. Snail mail, yeah, whatever. One of the things that was really great about when I was in 6th and 7th grade is I had the Oracle.
What's the Oracle?
Juan and Cesar Flores.
Those are human people, aren't they?
And they could beat a game without ever playing it. The first time, one of them could beat it in 4 hours. So if you ever had a question on a game, you just went to Juan or Cesar Flores. If you had a really tough one, Juan was usually the guy, but Cesar could usually get you. And he'd be like, oh no, do this, do that. He'd be like, I haven't played that yet. Bring it over. He'd bring it over and he'd beat it. And he's like, this is how to beat that.
Okay, well, I'm at a point right now in Half-Life Alyx that I could use some help with. How do I go ahead and do I just yell out loud, very loudly in my basement, Juan, help! And he, like, bing bong, he shows up.
So I think this is a problem, actually, because I found them on Facebook, because I only like to find people on Facebook that I really care about from my past. And neither one of them accepted the friend request. So we're all fucked on that deal.
They're like, call Nintendo Power, asshole.
Exactly.
I'm done with you.
And I was just like, I just wanted to say hi, but I got to shout out to the Flores brothers.
But also,
they were amazing.
The third raid on Destiny, how did we get past the second stage?
Well, is that it for Brad?
Yeah, that's where we're at on that. I mean, did you want him to write a diatribe about the wizard?
Well, I wanted him to say something nice about me, goddammit.
No.
Brad, if you're going to write and be a Dire Wolf
your birthday's
fan,
over.
You need to write to me because you know what? Everybody likes a jack off in their life.
What?
Okay.
I just made that up on the fly and it
Other
didn't sound
people
very
to
good.
hear from. Good God. It's more about the fans than you know.
No, it's not.
Victor Field comes in, says, hey, got a couple suggestions for you. Can I suggest Berserker Hell's Warrior and Baby Brown? To which I replied that we reviewed Berserker Hell's Warrior. We have seen that. I've seen it twice now. And I told him to go back to it. And I was like, God, when the fuck did we watch that? It was year one. It was a long time ago. It was our very first episode that we reviewed Berserker Hell's Warrior. Not even Masters of the Universe, it was our 0.5 for Masters of the Universe.
Right. Yeah, we did a 0.5 first. I forget that.
Right. And Berserker Hell's Warrior was the first fucking movie we ever reviewed on this podcast. So, little tribute to that.
We've gotten
funnier. I don't remember it because of the Greyhounds.
Right. But Baby Brown is a suggestion that that he threw out, and I
What's
looked
that
it
about?
Up, and you're gonna have to do that research on your own because I didn't pull up IMDb to check out the synopsis on this. But,
okay, let's make up a scenario about what Baby Brown could be about.
Oh, I know what you're gonna say.
A turd.
Yep. Whoa.
In the city, he's got a tough beat as a turd cop. He's going around arresting diarrhea in plastic bags like you would not believe.
I do think it's a one tough cop movie though. So
his partner Peanut.
Oh no, that's hot shit right there, Jackie. Literally.
Oh my God, yeah, I'm totally gonna check that out later. And my drink is almost gone, so my sobriety is in the toilet.
Yeah. I also heard from Skyrim runner Richburg.
What's your real name, Skyrun? What?
It's 2 words.
Skyrim runner?
First name Skyrim runner, last name Richburg, dude. Why are you so mean
dude,
to
seriously?
people? Yeah.
That's a fucking kick-ass name.
It would be awesome to be named Skyrim runner.
Yeah, it would. Like, holy fuck.
Yeah.
You would get instant respect because you know that you've got some kind of lightsaber in your backpack and you're going to fucking kill somebody.
Cool. He says, so I worked at Blockbuster for many years during college and have seen many an awesome stinker during that period. I offer you consideration 2 hidden gems. The Item from 1999. I think it's only available on YouTube. It's like a bunch of film school students watched too much Quentin Tarantino and decided to make a sci-fi movie. The other one is Six String Samurai from 1998, which is also on YouTube. It's like if Road Warrior, Kurosawa, Sergio Leone, and Wizard of Oz got in a blender and starred Buddy Holly. I like the Buddy Holly angle.
Sure, I've seen Six String Samurai.
You have?
And absolutely. I actually saw it not very long after it came out because it made some noise when I was in film school, which was so long ago that I just dated myself again. It was okay to watch under the guise that like these are your sort of peers.
Okay.
But me personally, I was like, I can do better with this same script. Come on. I didn't like Six String Samurai a whole lot at all.
All right.
Was he killing people with a guitar? Killing them softly?
There was a lot of different inventive ways to die. It's just the whole presentation.
God damn it, you missed it.
I know. That's the thing is that, you can only kill the guy with the guitar once or 2 times with an inventive way that you kill a guitar with a person that's not bashing him over the head with it. The WWE does like every 6 months.
You die.
Yeah.
Well, if you use the neck, you could go around stabbing people in the asshole like nobody's business, and you could probably kill 3 people with that before it broke.
You're so weird.
Well, no, but if you're watching a movie, you only want to see that the one time, and then you want him to do something else, right?
Right.
That's true.
Yeah. He goes on and says, thanks again for reading my email! ! And thanks again for the content. Six String Samurai is actually a personal favorite, so nice diss, Sam. The Item is just so weird.
I was also like 20 and stoned when I watched it, so...
Yeah, and the hard thing about, I do want to say to the fans right now, the hard thing about what is happening with Sam being remote is usually on something like these, we would put him on the watch list and we would do a preview where all 3 of us or a couple of us are together and say, yeah, I mean, that makes streaming do's and don'ts, or nope, that's an episode. But we lost that ability, which is kind of sucky about fan requests because Sam's remote. We can't watch movies together and figure that out. So it's tough right now. It's tough right now to do that. I mean, which is why streaming do's and don'ts is basically in the fucking dumper right now. And we're talking about Ozark because we don't have Bad Movie Sunday now.
Well, and I kind of miss our Sunday morning breakfasts at the local diner.
Right.
everybody gets the shits afterwards. We have to rush home.
Right.
And it's a race against the clock, and whoever gets to the 2 bathrooms first gets to poop.
Right. Yeah. So keep the fan requests coming because I do add them to our IMDb watch list. They're always being tracked at all time. But just be patient on us getting to them because of the situation.
And I would also like to add that if you're going to email and you don't say something nice about me or talk about me.
Nope.
God damn it. Fine.
Just zip that mouth of yours. That saucy $5 mouth.
I will arsenic you.
What?
What? I saw it on Ozark. It just came out, okay? I saw it on Ozark. How hard can it be?
Yeah. Isn't that what arsenic and old lace is about? Killing your husband, right? Anybody?
Yeah, you put it on the old lace and be like,
Hey, baby.
Eat out my vagina that I laced with arsenic, and my vagina's going to die, but so will you, and it's a small price to pay.
Yeah, fucking Neil Simon, man. He was twisted.
That's
Sam,
not exactly what happens at all. I just thought that would be a funnier joke. Apparently it was not.
Yeah. Sam, you got anything else this week?
I've finished season 4 of Game of Thrones, and I think I'm 3 episodes into season 5 now.
Okay. All right. And has your opinions changed from the last time we talked about Game of Thrones?
Only slightly. And I'm not going to, because I know there's other people out there like me. There's like 6 or 7 other people that haven't seen this, and probably none of them listen to the show. But I'm going to be spoiler free. I'll just name the event without giving it an outcome. Oberyn Martell versus the Mountain.
Right.
Is the first time that show made my dick move. Not like hot stuff, but like the first time that fucking show did anything for me.
Yep.
Was right then.
It's a big moment.
It's what sucks about that moment is it's a powerful moment. And it's gravitational, and I thought about it for days afterwards. But I had already watched 4 fucking seasons of this show before it did that.
I think it's the best moment in the entire show.
That was the wrong thing to say, because now I have to drag my ass through the rest of it.
Sam. No, it's one of the best moments in television. Let me put it that way. I mean, where are you going to go from that? My feelings is the red wedding. I was like, when it happens, I'm like, okay, all right, good on you. That was good. Fine. It didn't make me go, oh shit, everything Sam's been dissing about Game of Thrones, he's going to change his mind once he sees the red wedding. When Jackie said 2 weeks ago, did you get to when Tyrion chooses his champion? And you were like, oh yeah, I've been dealing with the Braun for some time. And I'm like, oh, he don't know shit.
Yeah, and then I just shut up.
Jackie, and I will give this one spoiler, because it's not a spoiler in terms of the course of the show. Tyrion did not choose his champion. Oberyn Martell was there for a reason.
Oh, right. Yeah, right. It's actually a bigger reason than that in the books, but it's pretty much that's his main motivation. But there's a lot of fucking interesting stuff about the Martells in the books that don't play on the show.
And in the lore tab, Oberyn Martell in the lore tab is one of the most interesting fucking people, because that's one of the things that's really great is you can go to Westeros.org, and once you get to like a point where you're like, oh, I know where I'm safe to read about the backstory of this person, Oberyn Martell is like as interesting a person in that universe as can be.
There's a website for Westeros?
Yeah, and remember, he doesn't like Game of Thrones. And he's like, oh, if you go to the website. Of course there's a website. There's a website for donkey porn. Why wouldn't there be a website for the biggest television show of all time?
No, there's 5 fan wikis, and I'm going to tell you what. The one that you want is Westeros.org, because it combines all of the things, the artwork from the Fantasy Flight games. It combines the lore from the film series and the book series. It's the most comprehensive, and it's just the most fun to read.
Well, I'm glad that the tournament for Tyrion panned out, because when I saw that, I was like, if this doesn't get Sam to be like, yeah, there's some good shit in this show, then nothing will. But I instantly thought of you when it happened, and I'm like, I mean, I was captured because the look on Tyrion's face is like, fuck. It's great. It's a great moment in television, period, anything. I think that's my favorite part of the entire series.
And we'll come back to it later when I finish, or when I don't know. But just the whole, the mythos around Oberyn Martell and his motivations, and you can talk about how he decided the outcome or he didn't decide the outcome. He decided one thing, and that thing is an amazing thing that he decided.
Hubris.
And yeah, was it hubris? Was it?
Well, I'm pretty sure because of how things turned out, but
or did he know that the only way that he'll say it?
Maybe you're about to give too much spoilers.
Yeah,
exactly. And I
yeah.
was about, but I didn't.
Yeah, I can see where you're going if you were talking about the novels, because there's a big thing about the Dornish where they don't, which is the Dornish, or I mean, yeah, sure, they fuck each other and everybody's fucking in Dorne, and you know they're a bunch of scuzzy
awesome
foreigners and
people.
What have you. But the lineage in Dorne doesn't go to the eldest son. Joffrey dies.
Mm-hmm.
Well, guess who's next in the Seven Kingdoms? It's Tommen. The line goes to Tommen, but in Dorne, the line goes to Myrcella. And so there's a whole thing about Myrcella becoming, sitting on the Iron Throne, like Dorne revolting and saying, no, Myrcella's the true queen. And I think that that's super interesting, and I really like that they ran with that in the books and stuff, but it never made it to the show. So,
or in terms of all of the characters in the show, Oberyn's 40,
right?
Nobody else is near his age,
right?
And he's a physical specimen at that age, and with his decisions,
Jaime's about 36.
He's what?
Jaime's about 36, 35, 36.
He is. Yeah. And Jaime was a very physical specimen as well until certain things happened to him. But
right.
Yeah, like they cut off his hand and
hey,
you're like,
spoiler!
gross!
Yeah, that sucks, Jackie. That sucks.
Those 6 people.
Anyway, there's certain decisions made by a character based upon the whole world around him and their conversations in the garden and everything like that, that
right.
You have to really look at Oberyn Martell and go, was this an on-the-fly decision that he made? And hopefully that'll spark some people to watch this. Hopefully this will spark some people to watch this ridiculous show that I've watched for too long and only gotten several moments of gratification out of.
Well, you've only got 4 seasons left there, Sam.
I want to know, do you guys think that he had a shocker hand made?
Like
2 in the front, 1 in the butt? For Jaime Lannister.
Oh, yeah, Jaime, yeah.
The drummer from Def Leppard only has 1 arm.
Right. All right. So, Sam, you're still a do on Game of Thrones, right? It sounds like you're even more do. Not like, oh yeah, I'm on board now, but yeah, it's better.
It's not, because that was like finally something happened, and 4 episodes later I'm back to like, okay, we're doing it, we're watching it. It's great. I like the whole Days of Our Lives pieces about it, but I'm like, man, you gotta get me to some better stuff here every once in a while. I think they go about 3 episodes too slow on their main events because they take like 10 episodes to get to a main event.
Don't forget how much it costs to make those big episodes. But let's
I just want to say in Sam's defense that when the final season came out, we had to go back and watch all of the other seasons before we watched the final season because things went so slow and
there's
you
a lot
kind of lose track if you don't watch them all in a row.
Lineage and things of importance that you don't miss or you miss on the first time. But yeah, I've seen all of Game of Thrones 3 times now. I may really like Game of Thrones, but let's go to Jackie. Jackie, you made a commitment last week to deliver a spooky story every week on our Coronasodes. So what you got? I hope you can hold up to your obligation that you made for yourself.
I can.
I
was drunk and I kind of don't remember that, but I've got a scary story.
Okay, all right.
Okay, so this man, he breaks down in a rural farm community. And he goes to the local farmhouse that he sees first.
Dude, if this ends up...
Does he have to pick watermelons?
Right.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Or like the daughter's a virgin. Like, it better not be any of that shit.
No. So, shut up, you two. You're ruining my story.
Well, I mean, you're setting up one of the most, like, iconic...
Okay, so he wanders up to the farmhouse.
Joke.
And the farmer says, don't sleep with my daughter.
God damn it, Jackie!
It's
Are
a
you
farmer-daughter
fucking kidding
joke.
me right now? Are you kidding me right now?
Shut up! This is my story.
It's a joke. You made a promise.
Fine,
joke.
I'll tell a real
ghost
ghost
joke
story.
that everybody has heard, too.
Okay, just so everybody knows, the story ends in razor blades up the pussy. That is that joke's ending. Anyway, so now I'll tell you a real ghost story.
I was thinking that the punchline was, well, I'm a snake in the grass biting your ass.
That's good.
That's a good one, too.
I want you to go back. Oh, fuck. I want you to go back and write, I want you to write an entire joke around that premise, Sam, that punchline.
Somebody already did. It's one of the many farmer and daughter jokes that are out there in the wild.
Okay.
Okay, so I got to tell you guys this ghost story. I went to the Idaho State Penitentiary. Mm-hmm. It's been closed for years, and I went on a midnight, all-night ghost hunt.
Okay.
With the official ghost hunters in Boise.
Okay. We have official ghost hunters here, huh?
We do. There's a whole organization.
Do they have credentials?
They have T-shirts that have shit on them.
Credentials? What do you mean, like badges?
We don't need no stinking badges. They got
We
T-shirts.
don't need no stinking badges.
They got T-shirts. Those are like badges, especially for being a dickhead. If you're going to be a dickhead,
they're
you just
embroidered.
need a T-shirt.
Right.
Yeah, they're embroidered T-shirts, Sam's, with collars on them and like a logo and shit.
That's
Oh,
official.
polos,
That
nice.
checks out.
So it's like they work for Les Schwab.
Yeah, and they have some equipment. Well, I'd gotten a ghost detector for Christmas at work,
Okay.
and I took this with me.
A ghost detector.
Yes.
Is it like something you wear on your back? And it's
No,
got a
it's just this
laser?
little handheld thing and it detects ghosts.
Disappointing. It doesn't shoot out like protoplasm or...
No.
Okay.
We don't want to catch the ghosts. We just want to sense them. So we get there late because me and my friend Mel, we can never be on time for anything.
Right,
and
'cause you're drunk.
Constantly drunk.
Right.
Yeah.
But we take the Uber over and we're going to this ghost thing. We didn't realize that it was an all-night ghost thing. We just thought like, hey, you show up whenever and you go through. No, this is a fucking 6 o'clock at night until 6 o'clock in the morning ghost hunt.
Yeah, dude, you can't do that.
You have to stay up all night. So
No, I'm going to be here for as long as I want to, and then I'm going to fuck the right off.
So they tell us to go to this certain area and find this group. Well, we don't do that because we're assholes. And, I get next to this spot and it's in the middle of nowhere and it starts beeping. My little ghost detector. And I'm like, okay, cool. So then some asshole comes up to him and is like, you guys need to be with your group. Where's your fucking group?
What is this? Fucking high school?
Did the two arms come up and then you knew that you had to pull out the ghost trap?
Right, exactly.
No.
Thwing.
Because later I found out that it was a horse grave.
She's never seen Ghostbusters, Sam. She doesn't get it.
Never crossed the streams.
She never crossed the street.
So
it was a what? A horse?
It was where the horse was buried, and then they just paved a road over him.
So your spooky ghost detector detected a spooky horse.
A spooky horse.
Okay. All right.
So then we go past the basketball courts, and it starts going off again.
Mm-hmm.
So you know somebody fucking got shanked there.
Okay.
And then...
Or somebody got dunked on hard. They got dunked on to death.
Got put in the poster, son. Time to give up this game and pick up maybe checkers.
Oh my God.
Oh.
He's on fire. Literally, because that man dunked on him and then threw gasoline on him and lit a match. Boom, shakalaka.
And
Yeah,
then he
so
burnt
the ghost
cat.
detector is going crazy on the basketball court.
Okay, all right.
And then we go into this building, and they've got some weapons of shanks, like a whole wall of different kinds of shanks that have happened there.
Uh-huh.
And we get to this guy with a very large mustache, and he's like, "Who the fuck are you?" And I'm like, well, we're here for the ghost tour. Well, he didn't say fuck, but...
And he's like, I'm a spooky ghost.
And he's like, you have to stay with the group. And I'm like, okay, great.
Oh, one of the group dickheads. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. He's not a
So
spooky
we
ghost.
go
He's an
from building
asshole.
to building.
Did he start by going, hi, I am a volunteer. I would like you to behave properly, but there was a lot of people killed here. I'm going to scare you. I am. I'm going to scare you. Hold on for a second. My mom is calling me.
He was exactly like that, wasn't he, Jackie?
No, he was a large man with a gray mustache.
Mm-hmm.
And he was like, well, and then he pulled up his pants that don't really go around his belly. They just sit right underneath the belly with a large belt buckle. And he goes, you ladies need to stay with our group, blah, blah, blah. And I'm the authority on ghostesses. And I'm like, okay, great. And he's like, what do you have in your hand? I'm like, a ghost detector. And he was like, oh, well, you go on then and let me know if you see any ghost detection. I'm like, fuck you. I'm not going to tell you about my ghost detection. This is a private dancer. Dancer for money. This ghost detector will do what it wants to do.
Okay.
Okay,
What
so
does
anyway,
the ghost detector want to do?
it wants to
Party?
detect
It
the
wants to
ghosts.
party?
Yeah, it wants
So
to
do
party
I.
with, like, naughty ghosts. It's my ghost detector, so it's, like, looking for booze and drugs. It's like,
So the ghost detector does, in fact, want to party.
Right.
yes.
Party.
So we go around a couple of buildings, and every time I get next to a radiator, the thing goes off.
What? It goes off on the same thing constantly, even though it has nothing to do with ghosts? That's weird.
So then, and me and my friend, we decided to fuck with this mustache guy, because he's kind of been a dick this entire time. You know, this I'm in charge kind of guy.
Right.
So I was like, do you smell that? And she goes, what do you smell? And I'm like barber shaving cream like my grandfather used to wear. Do you smell it?
Yeah.
And it was that fucking guy. It wasn't a fucking ghost. It was him. And it was like, yeah, I could totally smell the shaving cream. Yeah, me too. Look, my ghost detector's going off, and I put it right next to a radiator, and it went off, and the guy was like, I'm writing this down. I'm like, fuck yourself, you motherfucker. So it's not quite a ghost story as much as me and my friend fucking with the ghost hunter, and we kept doing it in every building we went to. And then he was...
Apricots? Is that apricots? There's like a smell of apricots in the air.
The worst is when we went into solitary confinement area. And he was like, is anybody afraid of confined spaces? And then when they raised their hand, he was like, you need to come in this area with me. Really? Really, asshole?
Yeah,
the person that
no,
cannot stand
dude,
confined spaces.
what?
And you're going to make 3 of us stand in this fucking room together.
Dude.
And so we did, because Mel's a dick. And she was like, I'm totally afraid of confined spaces. So the 3 of us were standing in there, and his belly is taking up a majority of the room. And I'm like, oh my God, I'm fat, but Jesus, you're taking up 2/3 of the room.
Excuse me.
He's like, I'm sizing you up to see if I can molest you in this room.
With my tongue.
But since most of you have come in here, and I can see that one of you is brandishing a knife and the other one is actually threatened to stab me already. We're just going to sit here for about 28 seconds and leave.
Yeah, it was a little weird. And then he was like, you need to get over your fears. And I looked at him like, are you fucking serious? Like, are you some kind of psychotherapist? I thought you were like a ghost hunter. And he was like, I'm just trying to help. And I'm like, what?
See, that's why when your ultimate power, Jackie, should come into play, because you do have a superpower. It's your farts are incredible. You just rip one right there while everybody's silent. Like, this guy's fucking creepy as shit, and you just.
I didn't have one to push out.
Ah, damn it.
So the next stop on this tour was the laundromat.
Oh.
And you know that a bunch of rapes happened here.
Right.
And
fucking, and that's the night Andy Dufresne had the longest night of his life. It was in the laundromat, right? You know, guys. Remember Andy Dufresne?
Oh my God. So yeah, he was like, let me know if your ghost detector machine. I'm like, this thing is a piece of shit. It only goes off next to radiators. So I'm like, beep, beep. I'm just making the noise at this point. Like, beep, 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 beep.
Holy shit, we're off the charts, Doc.
And I'm like, this secluded corner is going off like crazy.
Boom, boom. Only one man would dare give me the raspberry. Lone Star.
So my spooky ghost story really isn't a ghost story.
It's not.
Other than it did pick up the dead horse in the middle of nowhere, not next to a radiator.
Picked up a radiator, yeah, okay.
It was not next to a radiator, and it did pick up something on the basketball court, which was not next to a radiator. But really, the story is about some overzealous
it's about friendship.
guy who was being a fucking dick.
Right.
And fucking creepy. And so I'm just saying, if you're going to pay for a ghost hunt tour, get yourself a $15 ghost hunter thing from Amazon and just go there to fuck with people. Because you know what? Ghosts don't come out when there's a bunch of fucking people around.
All right. Well, Jackie, I want you to next week not tell a personal ghost story or even a ghost story about Idaho or even a story about ghosts. The segment is called Jackie's Spookies, and I want you to go on the internet and find a spooky story and come back to us.
I've got one.
Something that we've never heard of before. Save it for next week.
I've got one, but I wanted to research it a little bit more.
All right.
It's about a German soldier.
No. Save it for next week.
Okay.
And it better not end with him fucking the virgin daughter.
Razor blades in her pussy!
I have a ghost story that's very short that I should tell that happens all the time. It's called the ghost poopy.
Oh. You guys should see his face on the internet right now.
You go in, right? And you take a big dump and you're like, I know I took a big dump. And then you wipe your butt and there's nothing on the toilet paper. You're like, huh? And then you look and there's nothing there, and you're like, what?
What?
The poop was so big, it decided to go and save you the trouble. Or like, no, I'm too big for this toilet.
Believe it or not, I had a discussion about the ghost poopy about a week or 2 weeks ago with my neighbor over the fence. And the ghost poopy is caused by a high fiber diet. It just slips right underneath the toilet. It's not sticky. That's a good poop, Sam. If you got a good poop, ghost poopy, you're high in fiber and you're eating well, and the doctor is like, yeah, you're good to go. That toilet, that talking toilet's like, hey buddy, yum yum.
Yeah. Whereas when I make a shit that's like a coiled snake that somehow pokes its head out of the water, that's like whiskey and hamburger meat.
I don't want that in my mouth.
Those are my favorite. And when my brother was alive, I used to take pictures of those ones and send them to him and be like,
so gross.
This is just fucking impressive.
That's so gross. All right, we got to cut that off. Thanks for listening, guys. Next week, we're going to do TNT Jackson, blaxploitation film, currently streaming on Amazon Prime. Hope you have a wonderful week. Please
send us emails.
Send us emails. Talk@stinkermadness.com. Facebook.com/stinkermadness. Twitter.com/stinkermadness. And don't hesitate, don't be shy with the cash. We'll check $1 our way. Patreon.com/Stinker Madness. That's how we keep this show going without ads. So, next week, TNT Jackson. I'm signing off. Bye-bye.
Got to the chopper.
TNT.
You both did it at the same time. You can't.
Got to
scream
the
through-
chopper.
Oh,
Okay,
he's still
shut up,
doing it
everybody.
while I'm talking.
Just shut up. Just shut the fuck up. Just shut
Okay,
the
go,
fuck
Sam,
up right
go.
now. All of you, shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. Get to the chopper.
Thank you, Sam.
Fans of Stinker Madness, iTunes thinks you don't like us. What? How is that possible? Well, it's because you haven't given us a review yet. Go to Stinker Madness on iTunes and take just a couple seconds to rate and review us there. While you're at it, hit up Stitcher.com as well. Be sure to follow us on Facebook and Twitter @/Stinker Madness and email us at talk@stinkermadness.com. We'd love to hear from you. Thanks for listening and get to the chopper.
Facebook just fucked me.
You know who else Facebook fucked?
Yeah.
Those guys that invented it.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. That was good, Sam. You're still waiting for like a big reaction.
Yeah.
We're like, oh, yeah, we all know about that.
yeah, okay.
And then pasty face guy who I don't even remember. What is his name that invented the Facebook?
Zuckerberg.
Quote unquote. Zuckerberg?
Yeah,
He's like, oh, I just learned some shit from McDonald's. Fuck off.
yeah. Okay. Can we do the listener feedback now? Or are you done with
No.
Facebook? Okay.
I'm halfway through my drink. My sobriety is generally going downhill at this
Mine's
point.
done. I actually am going to have to tank up soon.
Okay. Well, I'm on to the brandy. So, Sammy, you want to go get a beer now before I do?
Yeah.
No, because I'm not done drinking yet.
Okay.
You just drink your drink until you're done.
I'm done.
Oh, fuck.
I drank 32 ounces of Greyhound and my sobriety is in question.
Okay. Go get a drink. Quick. You hear it?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, I was going to do that.
Oh, God.
How are we doing on time? Okay, I'll come back to that.
And back.